Hey everybody, OCD Hi-Fi Guy here, Mikey, and you got to watch this video to the very end. That's where the good part is. Don't forget to subscribe and give a thumbs up. Thanks! And we just finished a listening session here with my buddy Craig, who came all the way from Houston, and saw him at Southwest Audio Fest. We known each other before that anyways, and he came here with his little nephew, right? No, cousin. Yeah. And they listened, and we're going to talk to Craig a sec and get some feedback from what he heard. So hold on. Here's Craig. You may have seen him at the shows. Tell us, man, you've seen a lot of big rooms and the Borison rooms and all the other. You were at the show, Southwest Audio Fest. What do you think of the room here and the sound and the speakers and so forth?
Yeah, an easy one, easy pickings for a comparison. The Borison room at Southwest Audio Fest, we heard an over $1 million system, and this just walks away from it. Borison had the brilliant idea of managing low bass with 3 4-inch drivers. Doesn't work. It's a slim front baffle, and it looks artistic and sexy, but man, doesn't work.
And we're talking about the 570s, yeah, right there.
The 570s are it's embarrassing. I feel embarrassed for, anyway.
It's a hell of a lot for 25 grand, isn't it?
It is. It sounds better than a $550,000 pair of speakers. It's the Borisons were open, yes, but they were a bit tinny and bright up top, and they had none of the low-end fill that this does. This is just such a more enjoyable, less fatiguing system to listen to. I totally prefer it.
Yeah, awesome, man. Cool. The comment, I got to say, the comment that you just made is pretty tall claim about Borison and the $500,000 rig. People are going to think we're full of shit. So what let's bring it down a little. What can you say a little bit more that people will be able to wrap their head around? Because people aren't going to believe us when we say this is better than a $500,000 rig.
Crunch the numbers. 3 4-inch drivers are equivalent to a single 7-inch, between a 7 and an 8-inch driver. So you've got each tower with a single 8. Now you tell me how much air that's going to move, how it's going to pressurize a room. These have 2 8s each.
Well, I'll go this way because it's easier for me to keep you in the frame.
These have 2 8s each. So this has twice the amount of bass energy. And the ribbon tweeter and the mids, it sounded every bit as spacious and wide open as the Borisons, and it's 1/22nd the price. I enjoyed.
Yeah, that's crazy. These are 25 grand, by the way, for people that are wondering about the 570s. Are 25 for these speakers here, are 24 and change. Okay, so we played some bass torture test songs here, test tracks, for the purpose of deciding, do these speakers need additional subs? Because there are some people that say every floor stander needs a sub to pressurize the room.
No.
Did we need a sub to pressurize the room here?
No. If you're listening to pipe organ with 32-foot pipes, okay, that makes you 1 out of every 1 million listeners. Okay, fine. But if you're listening to music and not just an impressive 32-foot pipe on a pipe organ, no, this is fantastic.
Right. We listened to all the Boz Skaggs. We listened to that Hello Darkness, whatever that singer is.
Yep.
Sound of Silence.
Jeff Collier.
There you go. Yeah, and all this stuff. We kind of shook the rafters. So would you say is it worth the price of admission for these speakers?
When I have the price of admission, I'll be buying my admission.
Yeah,
I'll be paying the admission price.
Yeah, man. Yeah, cool.
That was awesome.
And so and just for everybody's reference, we're using the Donizetti amplifier right down here, which is 200 per side, Class AB. That's a $15,000 amp. Then we've got $11,000 streamer. We've got a $26,000 DAC up there. So we're at $75 for the rig, all in. Which, I know it's not peanuts, but I can still. I mean, what this rivals at this point at 75, I think it rivals something easily that's $1.50.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you are also going to do a YouTube channel, aren't you?
Yeah, I sure am.
Tell us about it.
I'm the audiophile with kids. I don't have. I'm one of those guys that you don't have to hate because I don't have a $500,000.
You can hate me.
Yeah,
and then you can
love.
yeah. love Craig.
My rooms have to be multi-purpose because I've got 2 kids and there's stuff everywhere. Which is, people ask, how's it going? I go, I'm pretty good. There's stuff everywhere. But turns out that helps with the acoustics. I found out when I measured the room, but
cool.
We can go into that some other time. But
so there's a way to use stuffed animals and toys to damp the room.
This is a bass trap plush toy.
Yeah, there you go. Nice, cool. So it'll be called the Audiophile with Kids.
Yep.
Okay, so you guys will find that on YouTube. If you look, we'll link to it once he's got it up. We'll talk more about it. But thanks for joining, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having us over.
Okay, man. See you. Okay, cool. So, okay, everybody. So here is Ben. Ben came along. He is family with Craig. And I wanted to get feedback from Ben because Ben has never heard a high-end system. So you love music. You have an audio system at home. But you have never visited or heard a hi-fi system. You've never been to a real high-end rig. You've never been to a dealer. You've never been to an audio show. You never heard any of it. So tell us about your experience, man.
I've my hi-fi audiophile stuff. It's my passion. I love to just read about new amps, any amp, speakers, drivers, how they're made. But that being said, the most I've ever listened to, dollar-wise, I would say is probably $2,000, maybe $1,000. Anyway,
sure.
No,
like the majority of people out there,
right? Yeah. Well, but I'm very well acquainted and well versed with all the terms, the terminology, even the stuff that I've never really quite been able to understand, if you per se.
Yeah.
Like sound stage depth, imaging, just all the different stuff. And yeah, I can absolutely say, I have no outside frame of reference to compare this to, but I can absolutely say I came here expecting for my mind to be blown, and yet still I got blown away further than I was
expected.
It's paranormal, man. It's supernatural for real. It's amazing that little cones can do such crazy stuff, man. And you were talking about the sub, whether or not for sub. If I'm not mistaken, you said these have 4 8-inch.
Yeah, there's drive. 2. There's one on each side.
First, listening to a few of the bass tracks, I was actually looking for the subs because the subs that I'm acquainted with over there are not even hooked up. So I was sitting there going, wait a minute, there are subs playing, but no, I am a very sub-heavy person. I like bass.
Yep.
I could be more than happy with this with no sub.
Yeah,
more
man.
Than happy, and I can't go without my sub. I gotta have my sub.
Yeah.
I could very much be pleased with that.
There you go, man.
That once again very mind blowing because those little bitty speakers can do such craziness.
Yeah. So what's your takeaway going to be?
Takeaway.
Yeah.
I'm getting there one day.
There you go.
One day.
We just hatched another one. We just seeded an audiophile.
That's right.
This happens to all of us, brother. All of us can remember our very first experience like this that you just had, where our minds were blown, and then it makes an audiophile. And later on, years later, we start building it, and before long, we have this.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Can't wait, man.
Right on, man. Thanks for taking a second. Appreciate
Absolutely,
it.
bro.
All right, cheers.
Cheers.
See you.